Hello everybody. In this video we'll try to understand what happens when Jupiter is present in the fourth house of your horoscope. Now, what is fourth house in Vedic astrology? In Vedic astrology, fourth house indicates your roots, your mother, your homeland. And fourth house is also called as the Bandhusthana, means the house of relatives. It is the house that represents your real estate capabilities, your emotional roots, your education of, let us say plus 11 and plus 12. These two are indicated by your fourth house. But your bachelor degree is indicated by your fifth house. So the 2 years just before your bachelor degree is represented by your fourth house. Now the vehicles, whether you can get driving lessons comfortably or not, your peace of mind, your emotional happiness, this is all your fourth house. And let us say you belong to one particular ascendant, everyone belongs to one ascendant. You just sit in the sky, you just imagine that you're sitting in your ascendant in the sky, and if you see below, the lowest point is your fourth house, basically. Just the below point I'm talking about, So there is no below point than this particular fourth house. So that's why fourth house is the root. It is called as the roots of you. That is your homeland, basically, your mother, your nurturing. If you observe a tree, what is the most below point? It's the roots. Roots give nourishment, and it is actually the fundamental thing of that particular tree. Similarly, your roots are in the fourth house, because when you're sitting in the ascendant in the sky, the most below point is this particular fourth house. And now, what is Jupiter in Vedic astrology? Jupiter is, of course, your morality, your moral values, your knowledge, expansion, your ethics, and also the divine grace, the growth and prosperity you see in your life. That is all indicated by Jupiter. So this Jupiter, if you observe the kind of common things between this Jupiter and fourth house, if they are in alignment, because Jupiter tries to express, right? Every planet tries to express its significations when it is sitting in a particular house, but the house should allow it, because the house has some significations. So when they all of them are in alignment, those are going to be fructified. And now when Jupiter sits in the fourth, it tends to expand the qualities of the fourth house, basically. So generally it gives a happy, cultured family environment if it is not malefic. I'm telling you, for some of the ascendants, Jupiter is a malefic planet. So for them, the antardashas of Jupiter are very, very uncomfortable. And also, how to decide if Jupiter is malefic? If Jupiter is the lord of the 6th house or 8th house or the 12th house of your horoscope, then you can consider Jupiter is a malefic planet. And that too, the more maleficity can be given to Jupiter when this 6th or 8th or 12th house is in the sign Sagittarius. Because the Sagittarius, right, is a Mula Trikona house for Jupiter. Pisces is the own sign, but Sagittarius is a Mula Trikona house. So when your 6th or 8th or 12th house is falling in the sign Sagittarius, then you can say that particular Jupiter is 100 out of 100. It is a kind of malefic Jupiter. It has to show its maleficity, and the antardashas of such Jupiter are not really good, not really comfortable. So let us take an example. It's Taurus ascendant. For Taurus ascendant people, the 8th house is Sagittarius. That is, Jupiter is the primary malefic for Taurus ascendant people. Now, if a benefic Jupiter is sitting in your fourth house, then you can expect a happy, cultured family environment, love and respect for mother or maternal figures in your life, and interest in education, especially the 2 years just below the bachelor degree, if your fourth house dignity is very good, that too a benefic Jupiter is sitting there, and just imagine, it is going to give a lot of interest in education just before that bachelor degree, the 2 years. Even more, you can consider the 3-4 years before the bachelor degree, you can say. And your interest in scriptures, spirituality is in the next level. And comfort through vehicles, property, or good living conditions can also be observed. Another important thing is fourth house also represents your property. Your real estate property, your home, the home that you're living in, the domestic happiness that you get, that is also decided by fourth house. And also, another important thing is your heart health. 70% of your heart health can be predicted by using your fourth house dignity. And now I will tell you, see, just imagine your home as a garden. Jupiter is in the fourth house, is like planting a wise banyan, a very good generous banyan tree in that garden. Banyan tree is a very good tree, right? In India, it's considered as one of the most auspicious trees. And see, its shades gives comfort to the whole family. Right? That is the kind of Jupiter. When you have a banyan tree in a garden, how you feel? It can give lot of comfort. It can give lot of shadow. Similar to that, the Jupiter in the fourth house, that too the benefic Jupiter in the fourth house, is something like its shade gives lot of comfort to the whole family. Even if you observe the banyan tree, birds come to rest on its branches. Means even it is giving comfort to the birds. And its roots, of course, go very deeper. Even in storms, you can see it offers shelter to so many people. That is the capacity of a banyan tree. And similar to that, when Jupiter is in your fourth house, that too specifically I should say a benefic Jupiter is in your fourth house, it is going to give a lot of comfort to your whole family. Because fourth house represents your mother, your emotional happiness, and in addition to that, fourth house is in Vedic astrology it is mentioned as Bandhusthana, the house of relatives. And when Jupiter, a benefic Jupiter, is in the fourth house, it is going to give you a lot of knowledge and so many relatives, so many good relatives, blessings from those relatives, blessings from the divine grace, and emotional stability. When a very good Jupiter is present in the fourth house, the person would have lot of emotional stability. That is Jupiter in the fourth house. A benefic Jupiter in the fourth house is a kind of exceptional thing. It's the most important thing and a very good thing in your life. That is the power of a benefic Jupiter in the fourth house. And just imagine, if you want to understand, if you want to feel it more, just imagine a teacher who grew up in a modest house but was surrounded by books and discussions with elders. So you just see the child often develops a lifelong love for learning and hospitality, right? So Jupiter is a kind of teacher, and when a benefic Jupiter is sitting in the fourth house, it's like a teacher who grew up in a modest house but was surrounded by books and discussions with elders. That is the feel you can get when you see a benefic Jupiter in the fourth house. And that child who is growing up, that child often develops a kind of lifelong love for learning and hospitality. And later you can see they create a home where students, friends, and relatives gather for wisdom and meals. Why I'm talking about wisdom and then hospitality? Because fourth house is your emotional happiness. Fourth house related to your relatives. So when a person has a very, very good fourth house, then the person, can offer so many things for the relatives. Relatives come and go, and there is a kind of very good hospitality in the house. So just imagine a beautiful, a very benefic Jupiter sitting in the fourth house is something like you have some teaching, you have some books, you have some knowledge, everything. You're surrounded by all this, and you're surrounded by good relatives, and your hospitality is very good. Just imagine, that's a beautiful thing, right? So, not always money is the greatest thing. Even if you have good relatives, if you have some good people around you, that is also a kind of blessing. It's a very great blessing. Some people may consider only, knowledge or money is the greatest thing, or beauty is the greatest thing. But this is also the greatest of greatest things in the life, that is surrounded by good people, surrounded by good relatives, harmonious domestic home, domestic happiness. This is all a very good thing. And that is actually indicated by a benefic Jupiter in the fourth house. But see, what happens if you have a malefic Jupiter, or a kind of, Jupiter is not comfortable in the fourth house? Then what happens? And what can happen in your life? It's something like the person would have, or if the Jupiter is malefic, or if it is afflicted, that means if it is sitting on the Rahu Ketu axis, or if its energy is changed by some Saturn's aspect. See, Saturn and Mars, whether they are functionally benefic or functionally malefic, irrespective of that, Saturn and Mars aspects are always bad. Saturn has 3, 7, 10 aspects, those are always bad. Mars has 4, 7, 8 aspects, those are always bad. This is a fundamental thing in Vedic astrology. Whether Saturn and Mars are functionally benefic or functionally malefic to your ascendant, their aspects are always bad. Whereas Jupiter is functionally malefic or functionally benefic with respect to your ascendant, Jupiter's aspects are always good. The 5, 7, 9 aspects of Jupiter are always treated as a very good thing in Vedic astrology. Now your Jupiter is sitting in the fourth house. Your Jupiter is a malefic Jupiter, or you can say your Jupiter is afflicted because of the Rahu Ketu axis, or if your Jupiter is a bit disturbed because of Saturn or Mars aspects, then what can happen? The fundamental thing is overindulgence in comfort, a kind of laziness, and then too much emotional dependence on family. That's a wrong thing. Your emotional stability is gone wrong here. And then difficulty maintaining discipline in studies, that can also be observed. And especially the fourth house is always related to property. I saw so many people having a wrong fourth house and having a lot of property disputes. And that is the thing here. When a malefic Jupiter or a disordered Jupiter is present in the fourth house, then you can just imagine a disordered Jupiter, in the sense that it has some malefic aspect of Mars or Saturn, or if it is afflicted by the Rahu Ketu axis, then you can easily say the person would have property disputes, right? So I saw so many people having property disputes with wrong Jupiter in the fourth house. And then if a wrong Jupiter is present in the fourth house, the kind of excess faith in domestic matters. That excess faith in domestic matters is a kind of disturbing thing. And then you may ask what remedies one should follow if a malefic Jupiter is present in the fourth house, or if Jupiter is weak in the sense Jupiter does not have enough energy. Malefic Jupiter in the sense the Jupiter is the lord of the 6th house or the 8th house or the 12th house, that is malefic Jupiter. If Jupiter is afflicted, that means Jupiter is present on the Rahu Ketu axis, or Jupiter's energy has gone wrong because of the Saturn aspect on it or the Mars aspect on it. There's a malefic aspect of Saturn and Mars, Jupiter has gone wrong, or Jupiter is debilitated. Jupiter is generally debilitated in the Capricorn world because Capricorn is a kind of world of practicality. Capricorn energy believes in hard work, not in pujas, mantras, or any rules and all those. Jupiter, the Capricorn world only believes in hard work. It says if I do hard work, yes, I can gain victory. But Jupiter believes in a kind of ethics, morals, and systematicity, or the organizational capabilities, following some rules and doing pujas, chanting mantras. These things can give you victory. That is the Jupiter's behavior. So what Jupiter can do in Capricorn? It cannot do anything. It just goes. Jupiter cannot express its abilities, or its expression is lost in Capricorn's world. So Jupiter is very much uncomfortable in Capricorn, especially at a particular degree. Jupiter's energy is kind of disappeared there. We say it's completely debilitated at a particular degree in Capricorn. So what you need to do? So first thing is mantra chanting. If Jupiter is a malefic Jupiter in the fourth house, then yes, you need to recite the Guru mantra, the Brihaspati mantra every day 108 times. Especially on Thursdays, you have to chant it, and also reading or studying some sacred texts like Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama. These things also can appease or please your Jupiter, so that your malefic Jupiter would try to give you blessings as you are respecting the Jupiter. And better you do fasting on Thursday. At least you fast half of the day. That is a good thing. By that also Jupiter would be pleased. And then, as your Jupiter is a malefic one, you need to donate chana dal, turmeric powder, or turmeric rice. These things you can donate, because you are reducing the yellowness. Basically, Jupiter is yellow in nature. Yellow color is given to Jupiter, and when you are losing that yellow color, you are actually reducing the maleficity of your Jupiter. That is a fundamental thing in Vedic astrology. When a planet is malefic, then you need to donate the things related to that particular planet. So here, as your Jupiter is malefic sitting in the fourth house, if you want to make that malefic Jupiter a positive one, you need to chant mantras, you need to donate the yellow things like chana dal, turmeric powders and all, especially on Thursdays. Also, you need to worship Dakshinamurti or Dattatreya, Lord Dattatreya or Sai Baba, especially on Thursdays. And better you offer yellow flowers to Lord Vishnu or Dakshinamurti, and donate something to the teachers or priests or poor students. Thereby, you are actually appeasing your Jupiter, appeasing your malefic Jupiter. That is when your Jupiter is malefic. What if your Jupiter is a benefic one in the fourth house, but it does not have enough strength? Like it is in Capricorn, but Jupiter is a benefic one, but it is sitting in the Capricorn. It does not have any energy in Capricorn. Then you need to energize your Jupiter. Then what you need to do? You need to add yellow things to your life. You need to eat chana dal. You need to add turmeric to your food. You need to wear yellow color clothes. Thereby, you are increasing the yellowness in you. You are energizing your Jupiter. Thereby, the benefic Jupiter sitting in the fourth house, but it is a weak Jupiter. As you are increasing the yellowness, you are adding yellow things to your life, your Jupiter will get strength. Thereby, your fourth house things would be better. And another important thing is, if your Jupiter is a malefic one, it is not working fine, it is working in a negative way, then another thing is you need to keep your home clean, peaceful and filled with books or sacred items, right? And you need to chant the mantras and respect and care for your mother and elders, and their blessings can appease Jupiter. Because a malefic Jupiter if it is present in the fourth house, you may have some problem with your mother also. Of course, you may love your mother, Your mother may love you, but there would be some problems. Getting it? As your Jupiter is malefic, or you may have some partnership while buying a property, or while buying a house with your mother. You have a property, joint property, that your house would be a joint property of your mother and you would have some property related issues thereby in future you may get. It may not be because of your mother or because of you. It can be because of a third person also sometimes, because a malefic Jupiter is present in the fourth house. So it is going to create property related issues, especially related to your house that you are living in. So it's a malefic Jupiter. You need to do all the remedies of malefic Jupiter. And you need to practice hospitality. You need to practice hospitality. You need to invite guests for meals, share knowledge, or mentor somebody, so that the Jupiter will be appeased. Your malefic Jupiter will be appeased. And avoid arrogance and wisdom. If you have some wisdom, avoid arrogance in it. Jupiter shines when paired with humility. If you have humility, yes, your Jupiter will be pleased. Your Jupiter will be appeased. Now, if your Jupiter is very weak, and you need to improve the strength of it, then definitely what you need to do is, see, when Jupiter can become weak, not only when it is debilitated, but when Saturn or Mars is watching it. Your Jupiter is benefic, functionally benefic. You came to know this. But Saturn is watching it or Mars is watching it. So your Jupiter strength is going down. Now you need to improve the Jupiter strength. That way also you need to add yellow things to your life. Some people prefer gemstones like yellow sapphire. It's called as Pukhraj. So they generally wear it on index finger in gold. After proper energizing rituals, of course, you need to do some rituals. It's not that you're just wearing it. So gemstone astrology, gemstone related remedies also you can follow. But see, you need to wear a gemstone related to a planet which is a functionally benefic, but it is weaker. If it is a functionally malefic planet, you should never wear a gemstone of a functionally malefic planet. You're getting it? If your Jupiter is a functionally malefic planet, never ever wear yellow sapphire or Pukhraj in your life, because it is a malefic planet. It's going to give malefic things. So you need to appease or please it by chanting the mantras, or respecting or giving prayers to Dakshinamurti or Lord Dattatreya, or any guru, any teacher. That's the way you need to appease Jupiter. But if Jupiter is malefic and if you're adding Pukhraj to your body, then what it means? You're improving your Jupiter's and you're strengthening your Jupiter. You're strengthening your malefic Jupiter. That's going to give you a lot of bad impacts. You got it? Now, so Jupiter in the fourth house is like a lamp placed in the heart of your home. If Jupiter is a functionally benefic planet, so when it is bright, when this lamp is bright, just imagine it spreads that warmth, ethics, and learning everywhere in your house. But when it does not have energy, just imagine when it is dimmed, it asks for more light in the house. So you need to do that. If it is weaker, you need to add more light to your house, because your lamp is dim. That's what I mean by Jupiter is weaker. If Jupiter is malefic, then of course it's burning your house. So you need to do some remedies so that it will not burn it. It is going to give light properly. So that's what I want to tell you. You need to improve the Jupiter if it is weaker. If it is malefic, you need to follow the remedies of it. So that's it. How can you say your Jupiter is malefic? If it is the lord of the 6th or 8th or the 12th house, it's a malefic Jupiter. So thanks for watching this video.